Welcome back, children. In this video I'm going to explain you the remaining paragraphs of chapter The 100 Dresses Part 1 and message given by the writer.
Peggy and Maddie, they hurried towards the school because Miss Mason, she was going to announce the result of the contest. And they were just discussing with each other. Do you think Miss Mason will announce the winners today? Asked Peggy. Oh, I hope so. The minute we get in, said Maddie. Of course, you will win, Peg. Hope so, said Peggy eagerly. The minute they entered the classroom, they stopped short and gasped. There were drawings all over the room, on every ledge and windowsill, dazzling colors and brilliant, lavish designs, all drawn on great sheets of wrapping papers. There must have been 100 of them and all lined up. These must be the drawings for the contest. They were. Everybody stopped and whistled or murmured admiringly. Now, here what happened? As they were discussing about that Miss Mason is going to announce the result today, then Maddie said that Peggy, you are going to win it. She said, I hope so. And as the minute they entered the room, the classroom, they stopped there. They gasped, means catch one's breath with an open mouth. What they saw, there were drawings all over the room. There were drawings all over the room. And all these were of brilliant, lavish designs were there. Lavish means very grand, and all these were drawn on the wrapping paper. They thought that, and all these 100 dresses, they were lined up, might be 100. And they thought that it might be that drawings for the contest, because the contest was going on. And then they come to know that yes, it was of contest, and everybody, what did they whistled when they just saw that those drawings and murmured admiringly, means they were saying in a low voice, they were admiring those dresses. As soon as the class had assembled, Miss Mason announced the winner. Jack Beggles had won for the boys, she said, and his design for an outboard motor was an exhibition in room number 12, along with the sketches by the other boys. As soon as the class assembled, all the students assembled there, Miss Mason, she announced the winner. And among boys, she just announced that Jack Beggles, he was a winner among boys because his design of an outboard motor, it was in the exhibition in room number 12. One can have a look there. And along with her the sketches of all the boys, and you will find all the sketches of that were made by the boys in room number 12. Now the teacher, she just started telling about the result of girls. As for girls, she said, although just 1 or 2 sketches were submitted by most, but one girl, and room number 13 should be proud of her. This one girl actually drew 100 designs, all different and all beautiful. In the opinion of judges, any one of the drawings is worthy of winning the prize. I am very happy to say that Wanda Petronsky is the winner of the girls' medal. Now the result was announced. The teacher said that as for girls, means girls, they were just made 1 or 2 sketches they submitted, but one girl in room number 13, one should feel proud of her because she actually made the 100 designs, all different and all were beautiful, and according to judges, those drawings are the worthy of it, winning the prize. And teacher said that she was feeling proud, she was feeling happy to say that Wanda Petronsky, she was a winner among girls. She won the girls' medal. After that, Miss Mason said that unfortunately Wanda has been absent from school for some days and is not here to receive the applause. Applause means the clappings That is due to her. Let us hope she will be back tomorrow. Now, class, you may file around the room quietly and look at her exquisite drawing. Exquisite means extremely beautiful and well made drawings. Now, the teacher just informed them that unfortunately Wanda was not there. She has been absent from few days. Might be she will be here tomorrow. And the applause is because due to her only. And let us hope that she will be back tomorrow. Now then she just told the students that they should just move around the room quietly and look at those extremely beautiful and well made drawings made by Wanda. The children burst into applause, and even the boys were glad to have a chance to stamp on the floor, put their fingers in their mouths and whistle, though they were not interested in dresses. And the children, they were so happy, they just burst into applause. And the boys, they were also very glad because they got the chance to stamp on the floor. And they just put their fingers in their mouth and they whistle. Actually, they were not at all interested in the dresses, but they got the chance to stamp on the floor. Look, Peg, whispered Maddie. There's that blue one she told us about. Isn't it beautiful? Yes, said Peggy. And here's that green one. Boy, and I thought I could draw. Now, as they were just checking round, what happened? Maddie, she whispering very slowly, she spoke in a low voice to Peggy. Look, Peg, that's the same one, the blue dress she was talking about. And isn't it beautiful? They were full of praise of that dress. Peggy said, yes, it's very beautiful. And look at the green one, that one, green dress. And Peggy said that she thought that she should have drawn that dress. The dresses were so beautiful and they were full of praise of Wanda Petronsky.
Children, here the story, The 100 Dresses Part 1 ends. And we'll continue with the story in 100 Dresses Part 2. And here after this, you'll have a message given by the writer. This story, The 100 Dresses Part 1, conveys the message that young students should not indulge in insensitive actions like mocking and jeering at those who are different. Such a behavior is harmful, disheartening, and totally unjustified. Realization comes quite late and usually after the damage has been done. The story The 100 Dresses Part 1 could be used in many ways in the classroom. The message of acceptance and of not teasing someone for being different is a valuable lesson for students of all ages and could be used in upper as well as lower grades. Another idea that should be introduced in the classroom is that Maddie stood by and did not speak up when she knew that her friends were doing something wrong. The message projected through the story is that everybody should be treated with equal respect, irrespective of their name, color, or background. Children, I hope the story is clear to you and you enjoyed doing this story. If you have any kind of doubt, you can contact me. Thank you. Have a nice day.